Just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlooked them as a top team.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Mr. Clutch out there with cool hands. Then there's the waiter. Then it's the franchise. And it's Santos in at the 3. And for the Kings, we've got the great. The general is out there with B-Train. Then it's Houdini. And it's the captain in at the 3, the small forward. Here's the general. Here's B-Train. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Out to the wing. Here's Santos. Frames the three-pointer. Clark, we have a big-time matchup with the big men down low tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, you're going to see both teams double these guys because they're just too hard to handle. Otherwise, they'll have to do their work and make their decisions quickly.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's the natural. It's deflected. Pass to the captain. Here's Houdini. Kings moving the ball around. From 13. And the shot no good. A bit short. Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's McCullough. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Kings shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could easily get the job done there.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Pass to Santos. Puts it up from 17. That shot missing. So the Kings will take it the other way.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Cool Hands. An 11-point game for him in the win against New York. Second chance shot. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Kings have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. There's the pass to the captain. Here's the franchise. And the basket is good. And here are the Kings now. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Fires from deep. He can't get that one.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
13 feet away. And he's able to get it back. Here's Cool Hands. Here's B-Train. And he goes in for the dunk.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space.
And space is what he had, fellas. Soft defense there.
Here's Cool Hands. Here's the franchise. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Passes it to the captain. Up and in on the layup. The captain's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Goes back up. That's tipped.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
The Kings shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
That's it.
Gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
Timeout. And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
He's been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the Natural.
Basketball is one of the few sports where good offense beats good defense, and nobody has had better offense than him lately. I don't think there's anybody in the league that could have slowed him down on offense. He was unstoppable, to say the least.
Kings leading now by 5. Here's the general. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Clark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
The ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Mr. Moves checked in for the Kings. They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah, on both ends of the floor, Kevin. They've lost some confidence along the way.
Here's Buckets. Cans it from downtown.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Kings leading now by 5. Slaughter passes to Thompson. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Big Dog. No good on the 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's the eraser. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Ross. And he gets it to go.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Mr. Moves passes to Thompson. Oh, that's blocked. Second shot opportunity. Here's Battis one inside. And Ross with the slam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Pass to Buckets. And the shot is good. Buckets got his second bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Mr. Moves. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Now, here's Thompson. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Wizard, he's checked in for the Great. 23 seconds left to play here in the first. The Wizard passes to Mr. Moves. Aguilar controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. The away team leading by a point. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. We did it. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Big Daddy is out there with Big Dog. Then it's Dub. Then it's P. And it's Red Hot in at the point. Here's Aguilar. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. The Erasers got his second bucket.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Red Hot the pass to Big Daddy. Here's Big Dog. Here's Red Hot. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 5 on the clock. Here's Dub. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Where you start in the standings could be very different, Clark, from where you finish. As a team, what do you do to continue to improve as the season goes on?
I think it's a combination of little things and guys getting more familiar and more accepting of their roles. But I think it's always attention to detail, Kevin. That's really where teams make the most improvement, not forgetting the little things on a daily basis, the habits that produce winning over time.
McCullough's checked in for Big Daddy.
Sa Facebook, Pops. Sa FB group namin.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Kings lead by 1. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That's foul number 2 for him. The franchise is checked in for Big Dog.
Substitution. The franchise.
Kings on D. Pass to McCullough. Puts it up from 15. And he hits the jumper for 2. McCullough's got his second basket of the night.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Houdini's checked in for the Eraser. The captain comes in for the Wizard. B-Train's checked in for Thompson. And it's the general in for Mr. Moves. And they're on the break. Plenty of space. Here's McCullough. Banked in off the glass. McCullough's got 4 points this quarter.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line.
And the first one comes. The natural, he's checked in for Doug. And so he hits both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more visible.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. That out the pass to the franchise. A steal. Cool Hands checked in for Red Hot.
Cool Hands.
And around 41% on the night. Shoots. Rebound by the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Mr. Clutch is checked in for P. And here are the Kings now. They trail by 1. The general passes to the captain. Here's Aguilar, and it's McCullough with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
The greats checked in for the Kings. And it's tied up with that one. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. To the wing right side. Santos, the pass to the franchise. 6 on the shot clock. Now the pass to McCullough. Fires it up. And that one off the back of the rim and in. McCullough's got 10. Here's the general. A 14-point game for him in the win again.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Hey, Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Chan. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here on Thursday, then on Sunday. Here's the general. Some nice ball movement here by the King. But he stays with it. Here's B-Train. Got a hand on it. Here's baddest one. It's hauled in by the Kings. The greats got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
It's good.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. It's intercepted. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his second.
The Kings have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
2.
2 shots.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Good on both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Now here's Ross. He had 19 points in the win against the Knicks in New York. Teardrop shot, and it's blocked. Houdini passes to Chan. Again, the miss by the Kings. It's a close game here in Toronto. They get to take on the Magic in Orlando after this one. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team.
Kay Nabong Pops, hindi ba? Pero upload na namin yata today. Nakakalimutan si Kenny Nabong lagi upload.
1:05 left in the second quarter. Here's B-Train, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Ross. That's his third.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Kings?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
He hits both from the stripe. And an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Buckets passes to Ross. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, he has to connect from there.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Passes it to baddest one. Back to Ross. Can they get it? Rebound by the Kings.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. 5 to shoot. The shot, no good. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Kings ahead as they wrap up the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with, and guys, for the Kings, Kenny.
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game will usually come down to shot selection and how they run their offense.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from B-Train.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
They've got Houdini. B-Train out there with the general. Then there's the captain, and it's Slaughter in at the 5 spot. Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shots importance in the game.
They've got cool hands. Marcella out there with the natural, and it's Mr. Clutch, and it's the franchise in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's B-Train. Will not drop through. That miss puts him at 6 for 10. The franchise passes to Mr. Clutch. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Fast break. Here they come. And here they go. 2 points. That one goes. Cool Hands got 4 this quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The general passes to the captain. Here's Houdini. No good on the triple.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up. And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
The 15-footer, and that's good off the glass that time. Cool Hands got 6.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Timeout called by the Kings.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's the general.
Hey, yo, right here.
Pass to Beatrice. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Slaughter. Misses from close range.
Just 1 for 4 from the field. Not the way they wanted to start the second half.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
At the line.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Red Hot is checked in for the natural. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's B-Train. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Tell you what, guys, the aggressiveness on defense just hasn't been there this half. Not like it was in the first.
And the pass to the captain. They need this, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Kings have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
At the line.
The first one falls. He's checked in for Mr. Clutch. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's McCullough, and that one is stuffed right through.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 6 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Here's Red Hot. And a miss there on the triple.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes to Pete. Pass to McCullough. And the call will go against the great. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Kings. The Erasers checked in for Houdini. Thompson comes in for B-Train. And Mr. Moves subbed in for the General. 6 to shoot. And it's lights out with the foul. That's his first foul. Ross, he's checked in for red hot.
Substitution.
Ross with it. Here's baddest one. Pass to P. Clock at 4. The pass to Big Dog. Shot to stop the run. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. There's the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Kings.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
The erasers checked in for the great. It's Thompson off the drive. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
14 foul. At the line.
And he makes the first. Big Daddy's checked in for P.
2 shots.
Big Daddy.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Ross passes the baddest one. There's 1:38 left here in the third quarter, and it's good for 2.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Buckets passes to Ross. That one goes in. Ross has got 6.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Get going.
Thompson outside. Goes up on the wing. The offensive rebound. Gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Passes it to baddest one. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Kings have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Misses in close.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Mr. Moves. Wing shot on the way. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. With 1 on the clock. Can't hit that one. It's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Thompson is out there with Mr. Moves. And it's the eraser. And it's the eraser. And it's the wizard in at the 3 spot. Here's Aguilar. Offline with the baseline jumper. And the ball at 42%. To take the lead. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Kings shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Pass to Mr. Moves. To the middle. It's not going to go for him. To the right side. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Thompson passes to Mr. Moves. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Aguilar, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, you really do, because those extra possessions, when they lead to points, that's huge. I mean, he did a nice job there. Never gave up on the play, and you know my motto, persistence pays dividends.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Here's Cool Hands. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Here's B-Train, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
At the line, B-Train.
The first free throw is good.
Ano pa tayo dyan?
So he gets them both.
And free use Paps. Soon pa siguro. Hindi
Here's
agad.
Mr. Clutch.
Paunahin na PBA.
The pass to Santos.
Pero wait
Here's
ka lang, Paps,
McCullough.
Wait.
It's hauled in by the Kings. B-Train's got 6 rebounds in the game. Slaughter passes to the captain. To take the lead. The shot, no good. Gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And it's 6 points for the natural. The Kings have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth quarter. This is just the one made.
Ginagamit natin sa Gilas, mga Paps. Kung napanood niyo yung mga game natin sa Gilas, yun yung bowling natin.
Puts it up. Comes up empty down low.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And it's blocked, and they're able to recover. Here's Mr. Clutch. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. And that one misses.
At the line.
And he sinks the second. Timeout called by the Kings. You have to like what we're seeing from the waiter.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in with what the Kings head coach said to his team. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Slaughter passes to B-Train. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Watch out!
Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Cool Hands. Yep, right through the net. Cool Hands got 13 points in the second half.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Rob. It's deflected. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Here's the captain. Lets it go with a three. It's good from long range. The captain's got 5 points in the quarter.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to the franchise. There's Mr. Clutch. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
The captain passes to Houdini, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Pass to McCullough. Lets it go. It's hauled in by the Kings. B-Train's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Passes to the general. Here's B-Train. It doesn't go for him. 40% in the fourth. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we got a great game here.
And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
Ginebra at saka San Miguel, Pops. Kayo ba?
From outside the arc, and it's McCullough with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's the natural. 41 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Count it.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's B-Train. Missed inside. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Cool hands passes to Mr. Clutch. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're trailing by 5. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, the waiter.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
GG mga Pops.
$19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. B-Train, money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Money! And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a three-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Timeout called by the Kings. They trail by 3. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
A huge timeout to tie the game.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Nice shot. Defense.
Here's Santos. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back with you right after this. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Ganda ng tira ni Justin Brown. Di dalawang 3 points sunod.
All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. We've got Mr. Clutch. The franchise is out there with McCullough. And it's Cool Hands, and it's Santos, and at the 3 slot. Yes, it is. Cordetta's a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
His mid-range shot is very solid. I mean, for some reason, the defense let him have it.
Here's Houdini. They swipe it, and they're running. Finished off the break. 9 points for Mr. Clutch.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
Here's B-Train on the money with the open jumper. B-Train's got 35.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Now, as we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Here's McCullough. Shot clock at 5. Rebound by the Kings. B-Train's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Powered down with both hands.
Oh, and he went for the 2-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. That one falls.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
They've been hanging in there.
And a chance here to jump on top.
Here's Slaughter. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. The Greats got it all tied up now for the Kings. Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Here's the franchise. They shot off that time.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. Tries again, and it's blocked. They retain possession. One-on-one here. Here's Slaughter. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Here's B-Train, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
Both good from the line that time.
And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Sanchez. Here's Mr. Clutch. Shot clock at 6. They could win it. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. Timeout called by the Kings.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kansas City.
Alip lang mo, pero hindi ka daw pwede mag-alip sa inbound eh. Hindi ko alam yung makaka-alip. Alip!
And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Hindi counted.
And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit.
Alip yun na.
Looking to get back on track here, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
For the 3, they get it again, but they get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
What a play!
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kansas City.
Poked away. Pushing it up.
Wala.
Here's B-Train. And there's the pass to the captain. Oh, and they take the lead.
I'm not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
PBA finals, no pass. No pressure.
Here's the natural. Pass to McCullough. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Here's B-Train. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. B-Train's got 43 points.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. Fires the 3. Here's the franchise. They shoot again.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Good on the first, and that ties the game up. Cool Hands checked in for buckets. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
Yeah, nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
And it's good. 2 points. 13 points for Houdini. Listen to that.
What is the decibel count in this building?
Here's Mr. Clutch. No good that time.
And you get the sense that he's hit a wall here in OT. It just hasn't been much help to them at all offensively.
Yes, that goes in.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's the natural. Off target at the rim.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Just 5 to shoot. His three-pointer's off the mark. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
Pag dito nakashoot pa, sure win na.
Fans, get out of the seat and make some noise!
And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a 3 if we're going to get yet another overtime. That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Grabe.
Here's B-Train
Boy.
off the inbound pass. Oh, no good on the dunk.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
So the Kings win it. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew.
Third OT yun. So, ayan mga paps. Aaron, kung gusto mo makalaro din ng mga PBA, may mga gawa kami, may tutorial, tapos may face creation. So, follow mo lang yun, paps. Okay? Yan. Maganda yan, paps. So, tuloy-tuloy lang tayo, paps. So, thanks for watching. Upload tayo mamaya ulit. Update kami sa community. Tapos, yun lang. Don't forget to like and subscribe pala mga paps ha. Tapos, press nyo lang yung bell button para keep you updated. Always mga paps. Thank you, paps. So, chill.